Welcome to the channel and welcome to my salty unboxing of this new game from Games Workshop, a game that's 3 times better than Warhammer 40k. Warhammer 40k only has one name, this has 3 names. This has the name Warhammer, brilliant. It's got Soul Wars, brilliant, and it's got Age of Sigmar, 3 times better than Warhammer 40k. So I can't talk about this until Thursday the 14th of June, that's the email they sent me, and they didn't say in the email when it goes up for pre-order or whether you can get it. I'm assuming it goes up for pre-order on Thursday the 14th of June and you can get it a week later, but it might go up for pre-order on the Saturday the 16th of June and then available after that, or you might be able to get it from Thursday the 14th of June. So this video up on Thursday the 14th of June and it'll be coming from Games Workshop soon. One more thing before I dive into this big meaty boxes. This is another game that I won't be playing on the channel, just like Necromunda and Shazebar that they sent me. Thank you very much for sending it for me, by the way, so I can get it up there and I guess advertise it for you guys. But I work for the man in a factory in Swindon, Sai, so I can't really, I don't have a time to paint up a whole other army and learn a whole new game system and run a YouTube channel and keep the wife happy without throwing me out on the street. The only other new game system I would remotely be interested in playing other than Warhammer 40k is Warhammer 30k, if that became, you know, in line with the rest of the Warhammer universe, and anything with giant robots from the Horus Heresy era. Hint. So this big box set I'll be giving away to my patrons. Patrons, if you're listening, any patron out there, the first one to email me and say, I want that, you can have this game. Anyway, let's see what's inside it. It looks like we've got lots of Space Marines. They've got some bolt guns and a rapier laser battery there on a Thunder Cavalry. Some of them have got storm shields and thunder hammers, and some ghosty things. Clearly some Xenos. Lots of miniatures in here, look. Clearly some Xenos army charging towards them. Maybe Necrons without their Necrodermis on is fighting these quite clearly Space Marines, aren't they? On this tabletop here, so that's what's in here. This tells you about all the minis in here, as well as a 320-page Warhammer Age of Sigmar core rulebook, 32-page Battle of Glim's Forge booklet, 16-page core rule booklet, and an 8-page start here booklet. So plenty of goodies. Let's have a look. Take the plastic off. Actually, go sideways. How unique. 1 minute. I'll be back. And inside we've got this. This is nice. I like it. What's in that? In that. This must be the miniatures. Let's have a look inside the miniatures. That's a good bit of artwork, isn't it? Figured out how to open it. Inside we have some free bubble wrapping, tension strip. If you've ever seen White Dwarf, if you haven't, Google it. Some bases going on here, and lots of minis. Are these snap fit minis? 1 minute. Yes, they are. See all those holes that you've got on the sprue there, on these ghosty ones? That means they're snap fit. That means all you need is some clippers to clip it all out, maybe a file to file it down, and then some glue or a knife to trim off. Let's have a look at the Space Marines. Are they snap fit as well? Yeah, they are. Look, they're snap fit as well. Okay, so loads of minis which are quick to snap fit and quick to put together. I actually quite approve. Look, there's the rapier laser battery there. Oh, it could be a quad bolter. I quite approve of snap fit stuff. You can still convert away. Mind you, I come back from the days when miniatures were lead. So I know some people say, you can't convert it anymore, but you try converting a lead miniature. You end up losing blood and quite an amount of skin. And milliput is your friend. But mind you, we don't use milliput anymore. We use green stuff. Anyways, loads and loads of snap fit minis in this box to make your 2 armies up. We have a core. This is a meaty tome. Look at that. A core book with a female Space Marine on front. Then on the back of the book, nice big picture, nice big stuff. Who's that? Is that Saint Celestine? Don't know. And inside we have Battle of Glim's Forge. So I guess this is a campaign booklet for games in the Age of Sigmar. And underneath here, Soul Wars sample chapter, Soul Wars of a book. Go to the Black Library, visit blacklibrary.com. See Black Library products. I highly recommend the Horus Heresy series or anything from Dan Abnett, particularly Gaunt's Ghost, Ravener or Eisenhorn. Mind you, Dempsey Bowden's pretty good too. Graham McNeil's Ultramarines about Uriel Ventress is really good too. But if you want to, you can read stuff about dudes with long hair. We have Next Steps. Buy some more stuff. Oh look, another one with a bolter, some more ghosts, and yeah, okay. A ruler, transfer sheet, dice, funky dice. So this is all you get inside the box, lots and lots of stuff. And it just occurred to me that I said that you need glue with these things. Of course, if you snap fit, you don't need glue, just clippers, clip them out, job done. We don't need the adverts, we don't need the bubble wrap. That's what you get inside the box. And they sent me the General's Handbook as well, so I guess you need to get this thing as well. I'm not ignorant enough to not know what this is. I think this is a chapter approved for Age of Sigmar if you want to play match play games. And this is a meaty tome as well. So I take it the General's Handbook 2018 is being released separately or in addition with this Age of Sigmarine thing going on here. Yeah, lots and lots of stuff. We've got 5 sprues of the ghosty dudes, 5 sprues of the Space Marines, some special sprues. Look, you can put them on here. Do these have holes in as well? Look, yeah, they have holes in as well, so you don't even need glue. Clip them out, put them on the bases. You can get playing straight away. This is a meaty tome. Where are the rules? I found some more stuff. You take this off. Yeah. Take this off, and inside here we have some 3 booklets. We have data sheets, data cards. What is this? Movement, save, bravery, wounds. What's bravery? Probably leadership. So you've got data sheets, some more data sheets. I guess these are data sheets for these dudes up here. We have Battle for, I think we saw that one, Battle for Grim's Forge. We have, these will be the destructions. Yes, they're the destructions. There's that rapier bolter again. For putting together your minis. What is this? This is, what do we got? The Storm. What? Of Storm and Spirit. Okay, so we've got, is this a codex? This looks like a codex. This definitely looks like a codex to me. We've got a mini codex, yes, and then you've got the information about your unit entries in here and pitch battle profile. So yeah, codex for your dudes. We've got core rules. Here's the rules finally, and it said 16 pages, right? Core rules. So battle plans, tour, movement phase, battle rounds, terrain, war scroll battalions, realm of battle, allegiance abilities. What are allegiance abilities? So you've got core rules. I like it. It reminds me of 8th edition. It's very slimmed down, which is what you need if you want to get new people playing in the game. Unless you're playing with this General's Handbook, I guess. You want. And then in here, we've got start here. Okay, I'll start here. Let me go away and have a cup of tea. Right, back again in the start here book. It tells you to collect, build, paint, play. And we've got core book. And it tells you that the core book is all the fluff, all the narrative. And then it talks about the Age of Sigmar. That dude keeps coming up again and again. And then it talks about chapter Stormcast Eternals. I don't know what their chapter specific trait is yet. And Legions of Death. So this is Yanari. She's made her way into this thing as well. She's obviously taken on a different guise in this thing, because you know in the Warhammer 40k everyone's wearing spandex, but in this one they're a bit more bony. And then start playing and what's in the box, and that's the start here book, and a mini game to play really quickly with your friends. So what we've got when you break this stuff out of the book, the box, is a guide on how to use all this stuff. You've got a codex on what all this stuff is all about and the core rules on how to play the game, which is really good. So everything you need pretty much is there. The instructions to put all this stuff together on with the dice, the rule and the bases, and some data sheets to get you cracking on. It's nice. And I'm sure you can play open play games straight away, straight off the bat, with very little effort at all. Just some clippers clipping together, stick on the bases, jobs are good. And if you want to play match play, I guess you need the General's Handbook, just like chapter approved. And then we get back to this meaty tome here, and I'm very interested. I'm very interested to find out what's in it. Additionally, I am conscious that this is 2nd edition Age of Sigmar. And I'm curious to see where the narrative has got to, because I know the rules have moved on, because when the rules were originally released, then there was something in it about growing the longest moustache or shouting out really loudly and weird things. I don't know. The rules were further developed when that General's Handbook thing came out. I remember reading about it and hearing about it on the internet. So the narrative probably wasn't very well developed back then, and it'd be interesting to see where the narrative have got through in second edition Age of Sigmar. And I've always been curious about the Age of Sigmar name, because an age, like an ice age or a bronze age, suggests that something came before and something's going to come after. So, Age of Sigmar, Bronze Age, something came after the Bronze Age, the Iron Age or something. So after Age of Sigmar, I'm sure there's going to be the Age of the Hungry Badger or something. Warhammer, Age of the Hungry Badger, coming next once they destroy all this world and burn it down. And what came beforehand, there was another world, which I'm sure they didn't destroy it all and burn it down. So I want to find out what happened to the previous world, the previous Warhammer. So I read the book, and it turns out they destroyed it all and burnt it down, the previous world. They barely mention it at all, really. They mentioned the world it was. And then my first thought was, well, sometimes reboots are better, right? I mean, the new Star Wars is better than... 1 minute. Okay, so the new Star Trek is better, the one on Netflix. 1 minute. I'm going to need help with this reboot thing. If anyone can think of any reboots that are better than the original, please let me know. I'm sure Age of Sigmar is much better than what came before. Anyway, so the book is broken into sections. You've got the bit at the beginning, which tells you about the hobby. You've got a huge chunk of narrative, and then at the back I stumbled across something familiar, which is 3 ways to play. Apparently there's open play, narrative play, and match play, just like a Warhammer 40k. And it turns out after they destroyed it all and burnt it all down, this chap called Sigmar turned up and made everything all right again with a bunch of gods. He established a pantheon across these realms, and then they burnt that all down and destroyed it all. And it turned into an age of darkness. Look on the back, actually. Look, and in an age of darkness where the chaos gods reign. See, that sounds familiar to me as well. So they destroyed it all and burnt it all down twice. Anyone knows a reboot of a reboot that's any good? The artwork in this book is absolutely stunning. Look at this. It's GW top-notch stuff. And I'm very, very impressed with these opening bits, which tell you rather quickly about what you're playing in and what is going on. And this is all the history before they all destroy it all and burn it down again. This is the age of the chaos gods. They turn up. I'm familiar with these guys, Zinch, Nurgle and the like. And these guys turn up and they do a lot of destruction. And then Sigmar raises his Space Marines and goes on a rampage and starts bringing light into the Age of Darkness. You've got to get through all the chaos bits first, and then you get to the Age of Sigmar, and this is where we are now. So the Tempest breaks and Sigmar rampaging across the world and realms, and doing his thing. And then you've got all this narrative about where we are now and what's going on. Then we get into the geography of the place. So it talks about the mortal worlds. You've got the galaxy map here with Terra in the middle. And then the different geographies, the different realms that are in this galaxy. So you can figure out your locations and where you want to fight and what you want to do. Then after that, it gets to the factions. Factions of the mortal realms. And we have Forces of Order. And in here, you've got all your Space Marine chapters. And some really, really cool artwork. Again, keep knocking it out the park. Fire Slayers, no idea. Caradon Overlords, no idea. Aren't they squats? Weren't they killed off? Sylvaneth. Daughters of Cain, Indoneth Deepkin. So these are the good guys, I guess. And then at that chunk of faction, once you've done that, it shows you some of the miniatures that are available for these factions. And some of these are just miniatures are extremely, extremely good. I like them. New faction, Forces of Chaos, or rather an old faction, because talks about, but interestingly in the Forces of Chaos here, you've got 4 Chaos Gods, Nurgle, Slanesh, and then Skaven, and Creatures of Chaos, and Brayherds, and Warheads. There's other types of Chaos factions in Age of Sigmar. I mean, look at these miniatures, absolutely good. Aren't these from 40k? Isn't that from 40k? Isn't that Roticus? Yeah, so you've got loads of different minis that you can get for the Forces of Chaos and then Forces of Death. And again, it tells you about the narrative with Ynnari. And then it shows you some nice Ynnari minis. These guys look very cool. Look at that guy. Storming. Absolutely cool. Forces of Destruction, so Chaos, Death, Destruction. It seems like the good guys are outnumbered in this particular narrative. And it talks about the different forces of the destruction. Then we get to some lovely, lovely minis. Again, absolutely stunning minis. Look at this guy on a big frog. Brilliant. And these guys that are from north of the wall. I guess the wall has fallen and they're making their way south. Lots and lots of absolutely stunning miniatures. Giants and crabs, oh my. So that's the narrative section, along with intro to the books and intro to the worlds, and then you get on to how to fight in the mortal realms, how to fight in this place, and it talks about open play, narrative play, match play. You've got the core rules in this book, which, as far as I can tell, are cut and pasted from the core rules in this handy pamphlet here, just like 40k. So let's turn that page. It looks like that. Let's turn this page, yeah, so these pages reproduced for your handy viewing pleasure, so you don't have to flip through this book all the time. And then there's some open play scenarios. There was some open play scenarios. Oh yeah, wizards and things and stuff and spells and warlord traits or whatever. Open play scenarios. Yeah, so different deployment options, different open play types, games, race to destruction, night march, changing priorities. Then it goes on to the narrative stuff. Narrative play games. This board looks crazy good. 2 game types, the darkest depths, and then 2 game types for the darkest depths, etc. 2 game types for that one. And then we have match play games, and you've only got a tiny little bit of pages left, little match play. And in the back there's some matched play games. But there's only about 6 or 8 pages for match play right at the back of the book, and then it ends. So then I opened up the General's Handbook 2018, and you have open play games, narrative play games, match play games again, as well as Conquest Unbound. And so in here you have more open and narrative match play game types. Some really stunning table setups like this one. In the match play section, there's like 12 different, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 12 different types of games to play in the match play section. Then we have loads and loads and loads and loads of points. Points for everything. Points make prizes. And then in the back of the book we have this. Whoa, easy there. We have Conquest Unbound and some more data slates, data sheets about stuff with hardly anything on them. Arcane Ruins, Baleful Realm Gates, Citadel Woods. These are terrain things. Rules for terrain, then new summoning rules and allegiance abilities and just rules. Lots and lots of rules in the match play game, which is what match play people like to play with. Lots of rules. I approve because it's chapter approved, isn't it? You need that for tournament play or organised play and things like that. Open play if you just want to get smashing on with it. Narrative play if you can build a really stunning battlefield and come up with stories and campaigns to fight amongst yourself. But yeah, they burn it all down. Strange. You can keep a little bit of it. But yeah, some of the artwork in here is really nice, and I think I'll shut up. Obviously you can tell that I have no idea what I'm doing with this stuff, but thank you Games Workshop for sending it through. I promise I won't publish it before 5 p.m. GMT British Mean Time on the 14th, like I said to you guys. I don't know when this goes up on pre-order, and I don't know when you can buy it. If you're one of my patrons, just chuck me an email, and if you're the first one, you can have it, because I know some of my patrons don't play Warhammer 40k. If you're interested in Warhammer 40k, then you're obviously watching this channel for those reasons. There's also more Warhammer 40k battle reports on deploymentzone.tv, where you can join me and Liam, and there's Winter's top tips and strategies in regard with the Warhammer 40k stuff. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. It's a lot of stuff in it. I don't know how much it is either. I guess if you want to play match play games, you're going to need the General's Handbook as well. It didn't come in the main box. That's something to consider. Lots of minis though. Always approve that sort of thing. Anyway, thanks for listening. And I'll see you on the 40k tabletop. Happy wargaming.